Now let's talk about this, because this is very important, which are the weapons of warfare for the narcissist. The first is that this term that I think we're all aware of, it's called gaslighting. This is where the narcissist uses your vulnerabilities and your emotions against you to manipulate you and to control you. So they begin to push your buttons to try to get a response, and then they turn the tables on you. You're a crazy person. Look at you. Look at how angry you're getting. Look at how upset you're getting. They find your weaknesses and your vulnerabilities, and they begin to emotionally manipulate you to keep control over you. Now, mind you, the narcissist, they're going to flow in and out of these at any given moment. Okay, so 1 minute they're going to gaslight you. In the flip of a switch, the next moment, they're going to stonewall you. Stonewalling is when they give you the silent treatment and they become passive aggressive. So they stonewall you. For example, you could be having a conversation with them and the conversation is not going their way. The way they shut it down, I'm not talking to you no more. Don't talk to me. That's called stonewalling. That's where I put up a wall and I'm done speaking to you. Don't talk to me no more. I don't want to talk to you. I got nothing to say to you. You could be driving in the car with them on a 6-hour car drive, and they'll give you the silent treatment the whole way. Don't touch to me. Don't talk to me. Don't say nothing to me. I don't want to hear a word from you. That's called stonewalling. Yes, we can all have some of these traits to an extent, but if we're not crucifying our flesh, then we will begin to actually operate in a form of narcissism. But more importantly, the people that are really operating in narcissism per se, most of them have been groomed from an early childhood. Okay, the common denominator of narcissism is rejection. So a lot of people that have become narcissists, they had a narcissistic parent and they were groomed, just like Jezebel had a daughter named Athaliah. Athaliah was groomed in the spirit of narcissism from the time of birth. And what happens if, for example, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist and you don't get healing from the narcissistic abuse, you can actually become a narcissist yourself. Because that narcissist that you were with, just like their parents, began to groom you, and you became groomed by their behavior. And you will become angry, and you will become bitter, and you will begin to harden your heart, and you will become the very thing that was done to you. That's how the monster of narcissism is created. Yep, Jezebel, absolutely. Jezebel and Athaliah, they're the two main narcissistic spirits. So third phase, blackmail. This is where they exploit information against you and they withhold things from you to manipulate you to do what they want. They will withhold intimacy from you until you do what they want. They will tell you that you can't drive their car. They will tell you that you can't sleep in the bed with them. They will do anything that they can to blackmail you to get their way. Are they groomed on purpose? I think to an extent they are. Some people may be so prideful that they can't even realize that they are narcissists. But the malignant narcissist, which is one of the ones that we covered, the destructive, most violent one, they absolutely know what they're doing. They have actually perfected destroying people for a living. And they actually get great pleasure from it. Every person that they victimize becomes another notch on their belt. It's demonic. Again, we battle not with flesh and blood, we're battling a spirit. And it's a spirit that's operating in the person that is doing the damage. Like I said, to the malignant narcissist and even narcissism in general, this is all just a game to them. It's a game that they have been playing all their life and most likely been groomed into as an early childhood. So they're mirroring and they are being the very thing that they grew up in this environment. So then you have the victimization. This is where they play victim and they get sympathy from you and from others. Okay, so they not only want sympathy from you, but they want sympathy from other people too, because they're going to begin to spread lies about you, and they're going to begin to infect other people's ears, and they're going to try to win people over to side with them instead of siding with you. And you're going to look like the crazy person. You're going to look like the one that needs therapy, when really they're the ones that are messing you up. Then you have what's called boundary pushing. One thing a narcissist hates is boundaries. And if you want to save yourself from narcissistic abuse or narcissists coming into your life, you need to establish boundaries. Boundaries are going to become your best friend. And for some reason, we don't think that Christians can have boundaries. I don't know why this is. Can a narcissist change outside of deliverance? No. If they want to change, if they want, meaning they want help, they can absolutely change. But most narcissists, they don't want help. Most of them will tell you there's nothing wrong with them. I've had narcissists tell me I'm a broken toy and I can't be fixed, and they like being a broken toy. They're a broken toy that breaks other people, and they get great pleasure from it. That's why I said the malignant narcissist is the most dangerous one. And if you find them, stay far away from them, because they will, if you allow them access into your life, they will destroy you. So boundaries are going to become your best friend. And when you know that you have a narcissist operating in your life, they will intentionally violate your boundaries and do things purposely to get a reaction from you. That's what people do that don't like boundaries. They will push your boundary line, and they will try to get you to compromise or conform that line. So if you set up a boundary in a relationship with a narcissist, the first thing they're going to do is they are going to push that boundary. If you tell them, I don't want you to hang around such and such person or wear such and such thing, they are going to do the very thing they know you don't want them to do to get a reaction. And then when you react to what they know you're going to react to, because your boundary has now been violated and your boundary has now been pushed, which devalues your feelings, devalues your emotions. Now, when you begin to sit down with them and you try to have a discussion, they're going to turn the conversation around on you, and they're going to tell you that you're insecure, that you have trust issues, that you have this, that, and the other. And they're going to weaponize what they know are your vulnerabilities or your emotional scars, and they're going to make you look like you're crazy. When you have a boundary line, they are going to violate that boundary. And then when you try to have a conversation about what they just did, they're going to turn the whole thing around on you, and you're going to look nuts. Then we go to the fear-mongering stage, right? This is where they instill fear through false authority, through monitoring or stalking, and they use these as narcissistic tactics to keep you in a state of fear. Worrying, man, they're always watching me. They're always monitoring me. They might just show up at my job at any given moment and walk through the door. They might call my work and begin to spread lies and false narratives against me, and I might get fired from my job. Because guess what? The narcissist will call your job and tell them you're doing something wrong, and you might actually get fired because they believe what they said. So they're going to try to keep this iron grip of fear of they could show up at any given moment in your life. You might just be driving to work and they're following you and they try to run you off the side of the road. They're going to keep you guessing because they switch through all of these phases to keep you on eggshells. That's the goal, to keep you on eggshells at every moment of your life so you never know what to expect, because that keeps you in fear. And if you're operating in fear, then I have control over you. Now this spirit becomes the dominant force over your life. The next phase is what's called blame shifting, and this is where they turn everything around onto you, and this is how they deflect guilt, because the narcissist can't hold guilt. Oh no, it's all your fault. I did this because you said that. I only did all this stuff because of something else. They're always turning the blame around. That's why they don't admit that they're wrong. And the only time they'll admit they're wrong is to keep you in the Hoover phase through false promises, false apology, false hope. They typically don't ever like to say sorry or admit they're wrong. And the only time that they will is to keep the cycle going. It's not genuine. They don't really mean it. They're not really sorry. They just tell you what you want to hear, and then you drop your guard and they go all back through the cycle again. Then you have what's called triangulation. This is where the narcissist brings a third party into the conversation, or they begin to use a third person to compare you to them. And they do this to dominate and to control you and to emotionally manipulate you. You should be like my ex. My ex was better in the bedroom than you are. Oh, you should dress like my ex. My ex used to wear much better clothes than you. This is called triangulation. They bring somebody else into your private life that will actually be used to come against you. There's somebody that sides with them. Here's another thing. You're having a conversation with the person you're in a relationship with that's a narcissist about an argument that you had. When the narcissist realizes that they're losing the argument, when they flip from stonewalling, which is, okay, I'm done talking to you now, I don't want to talk to you anymore. That's how they regain the conversation back in their favor that they were losing. They stonewall you. The second tactic is triangulation. Hey, you know what? Let's have my friend come into this conversation. Let's have my mom. Let's have my brother. Let's have my coworker. Let's ask them what they think. Let's see what they think. Let's see if they think that I'm wrong or that you're wrong. And it'll always be a third person that they know will side with them. They're not going to bring a third person into the mix that they think will side with you. It'll be someone that they know without a shadow of a doubt that is going to come into agreement with whatever lie or false narrative that they're painting, because then that person, they'll not only are you battling the narcissist now, but now you're battling a third wheel that has now entered into your intimacy and your private conversation. I hope this is helping somebody. This is a big narcissistic tactic that they love to go to. It's triangulation. You'll notice that they're trying to phone a friend. Let's bring a referee in here. It's a fixed fight because the referee is on their side. They already know beforehand that they're going to side with them. So now you got two people coming against you instead of just the narcissist. And now they make you look even crazier. Now you're sitting there in your mind, you're like, look, there's this battle going on in your mind. You're like, look, I know I'm not wrong. I know I didn't do nothing wrong. I know I didn't say nothing wrong. But they are so convincing because they have you so mentally and emotionally manipulated that after a while of this abuse, what begins to happen in your mind is you begin to doubt your own reality. You begin to doubt yourself and you begin to say, am I crazy? Do I need therapy? Am I wrong? Here's what's so wild is that you can know that you know that you know. Like you could have the narcissist dead to rights. Like, man, I got you pinned against the wall and there's nowhere for you to go. They are so emotionally manipulative that they will convince you that you're wrong, knowing internally, deep in your heart, you know you're not wrong, and you'll believe them. And here's where you make the worst mistake. Don't ever make this mistake. When you go to the narcissist and you say, is there something wrong with me? Do I need help? They will demolish you if you do that. They are waiting for that moment. Because see, what they want to do is they want to emotionally and mentally break you down so much to the point where you come crawling to them, crying and just losing your mind and say, is there something wrong with me? In that moment, it is going to empower them and that is the greatest high of supply that you can give the narcissist. In that moment, you just did something to them that they have been chasing after the whole time. Now they are so high from the supply that you just gave them that they don't know what to do now. Like, that's actually what they fantasize about. It's sad to say. They're hoping to get you to that weak, broken, vulnerable moment where you just come and go to them and say, is there something, honey, is there something wrong with me? Oh yeah, you're nuts. Let me tell you how crazy you are. Do you know that I only do all this stuff because you're so crazy? And they'll just begin to go in on you. And when they're done with you, you're gonna sit back and you're gonna be like, it's gonna be like somebody took you up in an airplane and just dropped you out of the sky and you don't even know where you are. You're like, where am I? How did we get here? You don't even know what to do. Now you're so codependent on them. You're so emotionally manipulated that you don't even know how to function in life now. You can barely even dress yourself. You can barely even get in the car and even leave the house and function to go to the grocery store or to go to work. You're having difficulty even making decisions on your own because you are so emotionally manipulated. It literally will. It'll push you to the point where you just want to unalive yourself. That's what this spirit is trying to do. So then we kind of covered this, right? The breadcrumbing. This is a manipulation tactic to try to pull you in with minimal effort or minimal affection or attention without any commitment. In the breadcrumbing phase, this is where they give you just a tiny bit. They give you just a hit. Kind of like a rug dealer, right? The rug dealer, they'll give you the free sample. They'll give you the hit so that you come back for more. I'm gonna give you just a crumb. Here's a crumb, because I know you're gonna want more. I know you're gonna want to come back for some more. So they give you the crumb. They put the crumb out there because they know, oh, you're gonna need more. And when you cut them off, right? When they discard you or you get the courage to say, I'm done with this, I'm walking away, then the breadcrumbing phase flips to they send the text, they call, they show up to see, do I still have access? Are you still going to entertain the narcissist so we can keep the game going? Then seduction. Seduction, like we covered, is another tactic. This is where they will tease you. Okay, it runs with the breadcrumbing. They will tease you with false hope to keep you on the string. Okay, and they do this to get inside your head. Okay, if you're in a relationship with one of these, they will try to tease you intimately and then they will deny you. Okay, this is a narcissistic tactic. It goes like in the blackmail family. I'm gonna get you all hot and bothered and all flustered, and then I'm gonna deny you. Because that empowers the narcissist, showing them that I'm the one that's in control and you're not. So this is what they do. Again, this is a manipulation tactic. Oh, don't I look so nice going out? Yeah, oh man, I wore my best dress, I wore my best suit. Yeah, you can't have me though. No, you get to look at me, but you can't have me though. And mentally in your mind, you're messed up. You're like, what is going on? This is manipulation. These are mind games. These are manipulation tactics to keep the strong arm of control over your life. Okay, and then you become codependent because of the trauma bond. The trauma bond, that soul tie, you're codependent on them. Like I said, now you can't even make decisions on your own. You're asking the narcissist, what do I wear? Do I wear this? Where do we go to eat? I don't know where to go to eat. You decide where we go to eat. And you might be in some relationships where nobody can decide what to do because you're both mentally abused. So it takes you 3 hours just to figure out where we're going to go to dinner because nobody can make a decision. Then you have this phase. This is where they'll do this in the relationship, but they'll really do this when you get away from them. And it's called character assassination. This is where they spread lies and smear campaigns, and they begin to paint a different picture of who you are so they can still manipulate and control how people look at you. When you cut off access to a narcissist, then what they do is they go to the smear campaign. Now they're going to tell everybody what a horrible person you are and everything that you did wrong to them. And they're going to begin to just say a bunch of lies that are not factual. And they're going to paint you as this wicked, evil person. And sadly, there's going to be some people that believe it. This is a way that they can still control you without having access to you, because they control how people look at you.